Okay, so this work order screen is where you will see the list of work orders that you have downloaded. I mean, obviously, since I didn't have any work orders, there's not any here, but you will have them listed. This screen is also the place where you'll create your own work orders by using this new work order button right here on the right-hand side. So to create a work order number, or a work order, you hit this plus, and this will bring you to the new work order screen. In the new work order screen, the fields that are required are the ones with the red asterisk: customer, who called, and date of call. The customer for you will always be Metrolina shop if you're in the shop.
That's this one.
Metrolina landscape shop. If you are working in the shop, that is the customer for you. Who called? Per Bob, go ahead and fill in your own name. And then the date of call is always pre-filled. Remember that you have to, it's a necessity, to put the problem, what you need to do in this work order. So let's say you need to change the oil. On truck 98. Once you have all your fields filled in and your problem, hit save. What this does, it'll create a work order number, and it'll also generate you a work order number. It'll display it on your work order screens. Now, in order to go back in there and actually complete the work, you need to select it. And like I said, there's an internal clock or a manual clock, depending on which one you want to use. If the status is already on arrives when you select the work order, that means that the internal clock is running. So let's say that I'll go ahead and change the oil in truck 98. So I do what I have to do. Now I'm finished. To fill out all my information, what I need to do is start with what I did. So the work performed tab. I changed the oil. Now, in my details tab, I need to put in how long it took me, the labor, and the materials used. So if I do labor and hit add, it'll automatically generate my name since I'm logged in as me. And these three fields are required to be filled out: dispatched, arrived, and completed. Now these three need to be in consecutive order, meaning that dispatched needs to be earlier than arrived, and arrived needs to be earlier than complete. If they are not, it will not let you submit the labor hours. So usually what I do, so it won't interfere with my manual time, is I'll change the dispatch to a day before. Dispatch is not really as important as arrived and completed. So if I started working at 11:47 and I just finished, I can hit the now button to set the time for right now. But if I want to change the arrives time, I can manually select the time that I need by hitting the box and rolling back the clock. ADJ time is where you want to put in if you took a break, or if you had, let's say, a lunch break. You can put in the amount of hours or minutes that you took. So let's say you had a 30-minute lunch. You'll need to put that time under ADJ time. This shows you how long you worked, and to submit it, you hit add. So now it brings you back to the screen of the details tab, and it'll show you what you just entered for labor. If you see this, then you have done it correct. If you do not see labor in there, something has gone wrong, and you need to make sure that you need to put the labor in for this work order. For materials, you can select from inventory, which pulls it directly from inventory, or if it's not part of inventory, you can hit add NA, which lets you manually enter a description and a quantity. So if I want to select from inventory an oil filter that I used, I would select the oil filter I used, and always ensure that you put in the quantity of the materials that you used. I've only used one, which is that correct, and I hit add. This will take me back to my work order details screen, the one where it shows you the labor, and below it'll show you the material that I just entered, which the quantity one. That's correct. You need to go back to your info tab and always ensure that you change your status from arrived to completed. If for some reason you don't finish the work order, not finished allows you to save the work order information and come back to it at a later time. But since I completed it, I hit complete and I hit save. This will send all the work order information over to Anthony or whoever needs to approve it.